What's up, you guys? It's Jonno! Today I've got an update about Valentine's Day, which is super cool. Now, this is a leaked update. It's not an official update. This is on Slashgear's website. If you look over here at the Pokemon Go blog, there's no updates from these guys. Why aren't they giving us any updates? I think it's so weird that we haven't heard anything from these guys since Christmas. Look, I've got the date selected here. Christmas Day is the last time we got any kind of a significant update. Then we got the Starbucks update 2 weeks later. It's more like 3 weeks later. And then we got a couple of updates in the last week or so related to the updates that they've been rolling out. But there's no significant updates. If you're one of those people who doesn't reverse engineer the APK and doesn't know what's on Sylph Road, and you just look at what's in the front end code of the game and what game you're playing in front of your hand on your handset all day, then you don't know anything. There's nothing happening. There's been 2 significant updates and nothing has changed in those updates, and they're not saying that anything is different in the updates. If we look at them, it says updated Apple Watch to display eggs, changed distance tracking for GPS drift. Of course, we got those very critical minor text changes. So I'm just like, when are you guys going to tell us anything? So anyway, Slashgear has got this leaked update. I don't know why in the world Niantic or Pokemon would leak an update when they really need to be giving us an update. I don't know what's going on with them. But if you read through this article, it talks about how there's going to be a Gen 2 event, and there have been changes in the APK related to Gen 2, so that kind of indicates that there is a Gen 2 thing coming. And also all of the major US-centric holidays have been the major release dates for Pokemon Go, so they're planning everything around holidays, and we have this major holiday coming up. So anybody could really guess any of this information. I mean, they say here that they got an anonymous source, so it says our anonymous source with information on the subject. It's like they're Slashgear. They probably do have an anonymous source, but anybody could guess this stuff. But they are saying specifically that Espeon and Umbreon will be coming, and that's actually pretty key information. Now, this picture right here, I could easily Photoshop this picture in like 10 seconds, you know, like it's so fast to Photoshop it, but I'm gonna guess that it's not Photoshopped and it's actually real, although it does kind of look a little bit doctored just because the lines are so clean on that Espeon, and none of the lines in Pokemon Go are ever really very clean. It's a little bit of a glitchy game with a little bit of fuzziness around the edge of all of their characters, so those lines are just a little bit too clean, but I don't know, we'll see. So it says that they're talking about friendship here, they're talking about friendship levels, they're talking about time of the day, certain time of the day you evolve, and you may be able to get your Espeon or Umbreon based on the time of the day, because that is something the game actually is able to recognize. They're talking about this friendship thing, and there's really nothing in the game to say you have this much friendship with a Pokemon. Now, they do track how much distance you've walked with a Pokemon, and they could turn how much distance you've walked into your buddy friendship, so maybe that's what it's going to be. I'm going to be like best friends with my Grimer, basically, but yeah, and my Dragonair is probably going to have like a super high friendship level, if that was true, but I don't know if that's true. I'm just guessing. They're saying that there's no way to track friendship in the game, and I'm like, well, maybe there is. They're saying that you could track the total distance walked while you're hunting for Pokemon. I think that in the article they're referring to what I was just saying, the buddy distance, but they didn't really explain it that clearly, so that's what I was kind of guessing. So let's go ahead and see here. It says, update, the original bulk of the article published on the 27th of January is included below, while our previous best calculations that suggest the next Pokemon Go event would take place this weekend, things seem to have changed. If China isn't on board with Pokemon Go, there's little sense in celebrating the Lunar New Year with China in the game, is there? But there's so many other countries that celebrate Lunar New Year than China. It's like, it's not, some people call it Chinese New Year, and it's like, you guys, it's not Chinese New Year, it's Lunar New Year. There's so many people other than China who celebrate Lunar New Year. So I'm not sure what this sentence is. I think that they're going out on a limb here with this sentence, and they're wrong in that case. And let's see, so this was apparently from a little bit of last week, so they're already wrong, and they said that there wouldn't be an event, so actually they are right, so they're right about that. There's not going to be an event for Lunar New Year. I think that there shouldn't have been an event for Lunar New Year. They're so America focused on this game, and it's because they obviously have an American developer, but it's like, Nintendo is a Japanese company, I'm pretty sure, so they trade publicly on the Japanese exchange, so I'm pretty sure they're a Japanese company. So then it's like, why you know, why go with all the American New Year's, I don't know, or with all the American holidays, I just don't know. So there's a lot of interesting information here, but there's also like no information here. Their source is anonymous, so we just don't know if any of it is true. And they're basically just talking about what they want and what they're hoping for in this article, and there's not really any information. And I think that the photos here could be easily doctored in Photoshop. I could already think of how I could do it really quickly, but I'm not going to do it because I don't want to do it on the video. But yeah, I'm like, you think there's really going to be an event? I really do think that there is going to be an event for Valentine's Day. I really do think Slashgear has an anonymous source, and they wouldn't put themselves out on the limb or out on the line here and say, hey, there's something going to happen, and then nothing happens, and then they would look bad. I think we've all had that experience with Pokemon Go in the past, so nobody wants to have that experience again. So they're probably right. There probably is an Espeon Umbreon event coming in Pokemon Go in the next week or so with relation to February 14th and the holiday. So let's go see. February 14th is going to be on a Tuesday. It's Saturday now, and we have a whole week until the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. That would be next weekend. So we have 1 week from today. Next weekend, we could see an event start that lasts through the 14th and maybe even a little bit after the 14th, I would hope. We have had nothing going on in the game since the babies event, and I haven't hatched a baby in weeks, and I hatch a lot of eggs, you guys know that. So it's kind of like, I really hope that they do something big, not just 2 Pokemon, not just 2 Pokemon. I really hope that they don't just say, oh, we gave you 2 new Pokemon, you guys will be good for another 3 months at least, you know? Like, I really want something major that'll keep me busy for a long time, and I really want shinies. Like, I absolutely am dying to get shinies. If I could shiny hunt in the game right now, I would be so set. I could hunt shinies for every single Pokemon for the next 2 years. I could literally do that for 2 years if they're not that common, and I could just hunt shinies and be like the happiest Pokemon Go player ever. I would be like so happy with shinies and just hunting shinies for like the rest of my life. I would just hunt shinies. It'd be like Jonno plays Pokemon Go and hunt shinies. Like, that'd be my new channel because that's all I would be doing. So I don't understand why they haven't released shinies. I know that they did some back-end updates in the APK that are related to shinies and shiny textures, and that's why some of the Pokemon look different now. They actually look a lot better because they have that little bit of shiny texture in there. And I think that they need to go full in and just say, look guys, here's the shinies, you know? So I'm waiting on that. That's the update that I'm really most excited about. But in the meantime, hopefully we do get something on Valentine's Day, and I do think Slashgear is right. I think they probably do have a source. I don't think that they would put their reputation on the line and say that there was something happening when nothing's going to happen. And I think we should all just look forward to next weekend. I think next weekend will probably be a good weekend for Pokemon Go. So thanks everybody for watching my video. Thanks for listening to my Pokemon Go news. Thanks to Slashgear for getting us some information because the Pokemon Go blog clearly doesn't want to tell us anything. And thank you to all my awesome subscribers for watching my video. Please hit like and subscribe if you are on my page for the first time. And please leave a comment so I know who you are. All right, thanks everybody, and peace.